Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. Gonna continue with the Indiana Pacers theme here because Pacers videos seem to be doing well on my channel the past couple times that I've done them. And in this video, I wanted to talk about why the Indiana Pacers absolutely have to trade Myles Turner before the season starts. Okay, and the reason I'm saying that is because I understand that there's a lot of Pacers fans out there who absolutely love Myles Turner. There's a portion of fans out there that absolutely hate Myles Turner. I understand both sides of the coin. Trust me, I do. There's the people out there who are just happy that he wants to be a Pacer. And then there's the other people out there like myself who are like, dude's been a fucking 13-7 guy, struggles to be a 13-7 guy the past 5 years. He struggles to stay on the court, and we're paying him an ass ton of money to come out here and basically shoot threes and block shots. That's it. And, you know, I often see him get compared to Brook Lopez, and I understand why, because that's pretty much what he is, essentially. And we're paying him $18 million a year to be that guy. And if we bring him back next season, you're going to pay the price for it. So I think it's absolutely imperative that the Pacers trade Myles Turner before the season starts. And the reason for that is because, one, you can't wait till the NBA trade deadline to trade Myles Turner. Because the reason is, one, this isn't the biggest one, but he could easily become disgruntled with being on a losing team like every fucking year for the most part. I mean, we're a team that obviously struggles to get into the second round or past the second round. It's been a while, to say the least, since we've been to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I just think to myself, you risk Myles not wanting to come back at all, which I think, honestly, if he becomes an unrestricted free agent, he's going to leave unless we overpay him. That's the first reason. Okay, so him wanting to leave and having to overpay for him. The second is Myles getting injured. Okay, Myles has already played 2 seasons where he's played less than 50 games. Okay, last year and the year before, Myles Turner hasn't even played 50 games for the Pacers. And I think if we go on to a third season where he gets injured before the deadline, the asking price is going to be lower than what it currently is. And I already don't think the asking price on Myles Turner is super amazing. Okay, like, I just don't think the market for Myles Turner is what Pacers fans think it is. I understand he's great at blocking shots, but needless to say, like, there's a reason Myles Turner averages, like, you know, has seasons where he averages 3.5 blocks a game and doesn't end up in the Defensive Player of the Year race. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And I just think if they wait that long, and he gets injured, you're going to get nothing for him. Like I said, I already don't think it's that high. Then on top of it, then you have the offseason, okay? And the offseason, listen, I'm going to say this. This offseason, the most we can offer DeAndre Ayton, somebody said it in my comment section the other day, is 4 years, $130 million, okay? If we're to re-sign Myles Turner this upcoming offseason, like next summer, we're going to have to pay him north of $100 million anyway. Okay, and not for nothing, but I'd rather have DeAndre Ayton than Myles Turner as my starting center if that's going to be the case. Okay, if we can get DeAndre Ayton for 4 years, $130 million, but, you know, Myles Turner wants to come back and he's going to want his bread for loyalty reasons. Okay, and the reason I say that is because he's going to see guys like Damian Lillard, okay, Luka Doncic, Devin Booker, you know, all these guys. He's going to Giannis, right? Steph Curry. He's going to see them getting their bread and be like, hey, I've been on this team for, like, you know, almost 10 years at this point. Where's my money? You know what I'm saying? Where's my $100+ million contract? Where's my $200 million contract? And he's not worth that. I'm just going to call it what it is. He's not worth that. If DeAndre Ayton is worth $130 million, then Myles is worth less than $130 million. And I just think to myself, if you're going to have to pay even remotely close to what you would pay DeAndre Ayton for Myles Turner, it's not worth it. You just ditch him. Because Myles Turner is going to command 110, 115, maybe 120 to want to come back to the Pacers, considering we're not a winning team at the moment, or like we're not a playoff team at the moment, and he's been on our team for a long time now and we're still not winning anything? You think Myles isn't going to make demands? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's absolutely imperative that the Pacers trade Myles Turner before the season starts in order to get max value for him. Okay? And just to speak candidly for a moment, I think Pacers fans have a false understanding of what a center is and what a center has to do in the NBA. I said this in my last video where I talked about the DeAndre Ayton trade, the DeAndre Ayton sign-in trade, and DeAndre Ayton is better than Myles Turner in every fucking category except for blocks and three-point percentage. They shoot the same from the free throw line. They average almost similar turnovers. They average pretty much identical personal fouls every game. And Myles Turner shoots 48% from the field. DeAndre Ayton shoots 60%. I feel like DeAndre Ayton's shooting potential hasn't even been fucking tapped into yet. I feel like that's a part of his game that could really expand and become a lot better. And then when you look at it from the past, right? Myles Turner's been on this team for, 7-8 years? And we traded Paul George for Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis. Okay? Domantas Sabonis made a fucking all-star team before Myles Turner did. And he was on our team for a shorter amount of time and became a better player than Myles Turner. Like, Sabonis is a guy who he was very good at the pick and roll. I mean, he was our sixth man a couple of years ago, you know what I'm saying? And then he became our starter, and it was pretty obvious that Sabonis was the better offensive player and Turner was the better defensive player. But the problem with that whole thing is you can't have a front court with two players who are only good at one thing. I understand that I understand people like Myles Turner because he wants to be a Pacer, or at least it appears that way. And I just think to myself, he doesn't work on his game. Myles Turner, at least Sabonis worked on his game. He became a better player. Myles Turner's fucking off in the offseason playing with fucking Legos instead of working on his post moves, or, working about becoming a better post player, or, working on boxing people out and shit like that. It's like, Myles Turner is a center, but doesn't play like a fucking center. He plays like Kristaps Porzingis. You know what I'm saying? And when I watch Myles Turner play against guys, for example, Jakob Poeltl of the fucking San Antonio Spurs, and he's getting absolutely bodied, okay? It's sad when Jakob Poeltl can come out and average a double-double on Myles Turner, and Myles Turner is supposed to be this amazing unicorn-type player, and I just don't see it. I think Myles Turner has reached his ceiling as an Indiana Pacer, and I keep hearing all these excuses for him, like, oh, he just needs a chance. He just needs to be our number one option, or our number two option, or our number three option, or our number four option, or our number five option. I keep hearing all these excuses, but I don't see him getting any better. That's the problem. That's the problem I have with this entire thing. That's my problem with the entire argument, is people say, Myles just needs a chance. Okay, well, he's had the ability to show us that he's that player, and we've only seen it once. Every once in a while, we get a rare sighting of Myles scoring 30 points, or last season he had one game where he scored 40. I mean, Myles Turner's been in the league how long, and you can count on one hand how many 30-plus point games he's had. He's had one 40-point game in his entire career as a Pacer. And he's had, I think, 4 30-point games in his entire career. And we're out here acting like he's like the next Kevin Durant. I mean, it's just the idea. I think Pacers fans have a false understanding of what a good center is. I understand, when the Golden State Warriors in 2016 won their championship, everyone was like, three-pointers are the way to go. And I get that. Yes, the Milwaukee Bucks have managed to perfect it, but no other team has. Okay, the Warriors perfected the three-point shooting team, and so did the Milwaukee Bucks. The Houston Rockets tried it with James Harden. It didn't work. Okay, there's other teams in the league trying it and still not figuring it out. I mean, the Lakers have LeBron, right, and Anthony Davis, and they can't surround LeBron with enough talent to win, mostly for salary cap reasons. But, like, there's teams out there that are still trying to follow this blueprint of, like, stretch bigs and 4 out, 1 in and stuff like that. And I'm just like, you don't need that. You don't need that. Okay? Like, the Warriors just won a championship and Kevon Looney shot 0% from 3. And they have James Wiseman who didn't even play. And I see, and not to mention, I think adding DeAndre Ayton to this team and getting rid of Myles Turner opens up the floor for a lot of people. I don't think people understand that. When you have a center that's a lob threat, a guy who can score in the post, unlike Myles, okay, that opens up the floor for everybody else. That opens up the floor for Buddy Hield. That opens up the floor for Chris Duarte, Benedict Mathurin, Jalen Smith, Tyrese Halliburton, okay? Because DeAndre Ayton is actually an actual threat inside the paint. We have nobody on our team who can do that currently. The guy we did have who was a threat to do that, we traded to Sacramento for Halliburton. So I just think to myself, if you can add Ayton to what we have and get rid of Myles and get something for him, I don't care what it is. If you can get DeAndre Ayton for Myles Turner, I think that's great return. And I just think to myself, people I don't think understand the significance of that. I don't think people understand the significance of having a center that can draw a double team, or a center that it's like you can't just let him go one-on-one down in the paint. And with Myles Turner, you can do that. With Myles Turner, you think teams are threatened by Myles Turner in the post? Like, that's what I want to ask. That's the serious question. Do you think teams are threatened by Myles Turner in the post? No, they're not. They're threatened by him on the three-point line. And, yeah, maybe a team like Houston or a team like the Warriors or the Knicks or a team that's trying to do that, okay, a team that he might fit a little better around, yeah, he might be able to do that there. But I promise you, okay, Myles Turner has played on the Pacers, who have not been a great team since 2013, 2014, I guess. Like, that was the last time we made the Eastern Conference Finals. Myles Turner has been on our team since then and has only been a 13-7 guy. Like, I don't know why people have delusions of grandeur, like if he goes someplace else, he's going to be better. He's not. Because the best chance he had to be a number one option was on our team. That was the best chance he had, okay? He didn't become Karl Anthony Towns. He didn't become Brandon Ingram, okay? Karl Anthony Towns was the number one option on Minnesota for a long time and was putting up 24, 13, 2.5 blocks, shooting threes. I mean, when you're the only guy on the team that's really, really good, you're going to get your touches, and Myles Turner has failed to become that. So when I see these people saying that Myles just needs a chance and all this other stuff, that chance is gone. Okay, I hate to break it to you, but that chance is gone. He can go to any other team he wants. He can go to the Knicks. He can go to the Warriors. He can go to the Rockets. He can go to Boston. He can go anywhere. Okay, Myles Turner is never going to be better than a 13-7 guy. And I'm sorry that I have to be the one to admit that to you, but if it didn't happen on our team, it's not going to happen on another team. So, I mean, even the Orlando Magic, they have Mo Bamba. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't understand where people are pulling this narrative from that if we give Myles Turner a chance, he's going to become better. He's not. He doesn't work on his game. He doesn't try to work on his game, and you can see that. Okay? Guys like Tyrese Halliburton want to get better. Guys like Domantas Sabonis wanted to get better. Guys like Victor Oladipo wanted to get better. Guys like Paul George wanted to get better. Myles Turner has been there for all of it. Myles Turner has been there with Paul George. He's been there with Sabonis. He's been there with Oladipo. He's there now with Halliburton. He's there with Duarte. He's there with Mathurin now. He's there with Jalen Smith. And he's still same old Myles Turner. So when I hear this stuff, that he just needs a chance, sorry. I'm tired of, preaching to the choir at this point. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. Tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report. And I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.